Hey.
Hello. We're so thankful you guys are with us. Happy first day of school for so many people.
Yeah, welcome to our second installment of Cocktails with Keith. I guess we'll call it the second.
Yeah. Second for everybody. I've had a few more than that, but okay.
Well, I feel like we're living the same, so
that's right. Exactly.
Normal.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We're so excited that you're here. We have some exciting things to show you from the new arts campus, and then we have some guests that are going to come and trip with Keith to parts unknown. So that'll all reveal itself later. Thanks for joining us and being with us. Keith, you want to start the tour?
Oh, absolutely. I think we should do a little toast first. Do you have a drink, Jennifer?
We should. That's right. We forgot the whole purpose for this gathering.
So, first of all, cheers to everyone. Thank you for staying with us through this incredibly challenging time. We love you. We are determined to come back together again, and we're about to show you where we're going to come back together again, and then we're going to have some fun and some laughs. So cheers. Here's to the future. Jennifer.
Cheers, future.
Here, clink me. This way. This way.
Okay, I'm going.
There you are, clink. All right.
As we go through tonight, I forgot to say the important part. If you have a question or comment or want to say anything to us, we'd love for you to type it in the comments, and we'll bring that forward and answer it as they come. So chat with us that way.
All right. So we know we're excited about our arts campus. I want to give you a quick update. We're at about 18.3 million buckaroos towards our $25 million goal. We've got some really exciting options out there that we're hopeful to hit that goal. But in the meantime, we are right on schedule. So let's take a look at some of our construction pictures. So just a reminder, this is the arts campus as it was designed. And this is the old Wittichin air conditioning supply warehouses. And so one block off Railroad Campus, it's just unbelievable. It's basically a city block of our beloved downtown Birmingham. So Jennifer, take us through.
Yeah, this is a look. We're giving you some pictures of the current construction. So this is what the theater looks like from the stage, looking out to the audience. Gorgeous column-free space. We're so thrilled about that look. And then this is a rendering of what it's going to look like when it's all said and done and we're in that amazing space on site.
Wait, Drew, go back one more time. So, and the really cool thing is that it is two setups. So this is the cabaret setup. So this is about 350 seats, and our current cabaret is 220. So you can see the tables and chairs around the very front, and then it can transform to a proper proscenium theater with about 450 seats. So it's so cool. The room's going to be so versatile.
Yeah, and I see you, Linda. We are producing Cinderella, all fingers crossed, in the summer of 21. So we'll be on this stage for Cinderella next summer.
Yes. And what's so cool, isn't it? Impossible things are happening every day. Amen.
That's right. The next shot is of our grand lobby that's under construction. This is from the perspective right behind where the shot is taken is where you would come into the grand lobby, and it's looking all the way to 2nd Avenue South. It stretches that whole length of the way, and there's great light, open light windows on either side of it. It's really awesome. And then once it is finished, it's going to look like this.
And it stretches from 2nd to 3rd Avenue. It's a full city block. So
yeah, really awesome. Those red fire doors are my favorite thing that is going to be the doors for the donor lounge. They're actually doors that were salvaged from this building. So it's going to have that awesome new and old feel. We really wanted to have that.
At the far end of that last shot in the back on the left is your patron bar, where we'll have a cocktail party coming soon.
Yes, we have plenty of bars, and they're not in the theater.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is the plaza or the main entrance. So what I was just talking about going into the grand lobby is that opening that's on the far right side of this picture.
And look at our fly tower. But I really think this is probably the picture that is the most amazing. When you look at the way it looks now And then you see this. Boom.
Yeah, this main entrance is going to be so cool. And it's those folks that are digitally placed in there are walking in from the parking lot. We're so excited. We'll have parking on site, but we're also going to have some great parking elsewhere. So there's plenty of parking down there and ways to get in. It's going to be fabulous. This is a rehearsal room. I think this is 2, and it is the footprint of the stage, which is awesome. And so we'll be able to rehearse there in that same space that the stage occupies. And obviously we'll have lots and lots of education classes in this room that can accommodate lots of folks.
And I want to point out real quick, sorry to interrupt you, Jennifer, but look at those windows. It's so spectacular. And obviously we'll be able to have all this wonderful natural light. And then we have these huge curtains we can pull across it. So it's really multi-functional. All these rooms are multifunctional.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to come either, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Look at it finished.
Yeah, those trusses are my favorite thing. I think that we're keeping there throughout the building. You'll be able to see those in lots of spaces. And there's no columns in this room either. It's awesome.
And then a really cool aspect of what we're also able to do is in one of the rehearsal rooms, we're creating this Discovery Theater. And if you recognize some of that, you will know that most of that is coming from our existing cabaret. So those platforms and seats that have names on them from beautiful gifts of yesteryear will be incorporated into our new facility. And this is really amazing because it seats almost 120 people. So it's really a wonderful additional performance space.
Yeah, and we'll use it for lots of things from junior shows to having maybe some stage readings or a Human Rights New Works Festival there. It'll give us a lot of flexibility. And we'll also be able to have classes and camps there with lots of children as well.
Yeah.
That is just the tiniest tip of the iceberg that is that fabulous facility. It's going to be amazing. The folks at Brassfield and Gorey are doing an incredible job keeping us on schedule, and our architects, Live Design Group, and Harper Realty Services are helping us navigate all the details of that building. So it's really going to be fabulous. We can't wait to get there.
Loving these comments. Thank you, David. Thank you, Stephanie. Can't wait till you come home too. Stay safe in Florida.
I know we miss seeing everybody so much. David and
Don't worry, Phyllis and David. We're gonna get your good man Charlie Brown in there somewhere. Don't worry.
That's right. That's right. It's coming back. Well, Keith, you want to take everybody on a little bit of Keith Cromwell memory lane?
I do. Thank you, Jennifer. So
everybody later.
Have a great day, evening. So thinking that it's the first day of school for everybody, I began to think about some ways that we could look back and think about times when we were all in school. And so I want to start off with a photograph that just makes me feel so good about myself and for where I've come from. So let's take a look at Keith in junior high school in his choir. Here we go. Drew, the suspense is killing everyone. Oh, booyah. All right, just to be clear, I'm the kid in the second row to the right of the girl in the bold, in the solid blouse that looks like she's either fainting or about to vomit, with the glasses and the tie and the dark suit. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is about 1978, maybe. So I got my start singing and being involved in the arts at a school called Lake Braddock High School. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Called Lake Braddock High School in Northern Virginia. My dad was working at the Pentagon, and I'm a military brat. So this was, about the 12th school I was in, and I was only in 7th or 8th grade. So tonight, given that it's kind of back to school, I thought I would reach out to my first music teachers. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two of the greatest influences on my life, Susie McCarthy and Olga Morales. Here comes my original teachers. Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's true. We were the originals. Yes, we were.
Are. This is just amazing. Olga, I can remember walking in, I was absolutely petrified. And I had to sing a song. It was Christmas time. And I'm not looking for confidence or compliments. I'm just saying it was horrible. Horrible.
No, it couldn't have been that horrible. But you were so cute.
Oh, God. Yeah, with those glasses. Yeah.
And the hair. But you always had such perfect posture. You know, you always sat in front, and your posture, you know, most of the kids were like this. And Keith was, okay, he was ready to go, always ready to listen to my every instruction. He was so on it.
That's amazing. I think I still have that posture. I think I'm afraid somebody's going to poke me or something.
Yeah, I remember that. You were always very attentive. Susie, wasn't he that same way with you?
Positive, always positive.
Always, yeah.
So for everybody, where I stepped into the music world was with Olga in some of the junior choirs. And then as I moved forward into the music programs, Susie came along, and she was basically like, 25 or something. And I thought she was the most sparkling, amazing person. I wanted her to be my big sister. And she taught the kind of in the folk world. And I became in love with Susie, so I became in love with recorders and guitars, whatever you needed me to do.
And you're in the first guitar ensemble that was ever created at Lake Braddock Secondary.
At Lake Braddock.
Yeah.
I have the plaque.
I so regret not keeping up with the guitar. I got to play it just a little bit in Mamma Mia last year, and it did come back quickly, but I'd like to find the time to get back to that. So at Lake Braddock, like in most schools, you just die to get into the show choir, the performing choir. So here's a little picture of me in the show choir. And I have a question as the picture comes up, because I really wonder whose great idea it was that we would put the boys in pink polyester shirts. I mean, what? Come on. Drew, where's that picture?
Who was it, Q? Was it Bob?
Bob Stanback?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it certainly wasn't you, Q, and it wasn't me.
No, you would never have done this. And the girls are in these purple dresses with spaghetti straps, which is not terribly flattering.
Here we go.
I don't know how did I make it into the front row? That's crazy.
There you are.
So fluffy and cute.
Can you believe that walk down memory lane?
Oh
Yeah, that's great.
It's so great. You know, I am Facebook buddies with Eddie Connolly, and I sent him a Facebook message and said, all right, you're not going to believe this, but if you want to come in, he was in the choir too. So here we go as we move through high school. I don't know if you guys are going to remember any of this, but I think the next picture is, senior prom. Remember the pictures in glasses?
Look at you.
Look at that. God, do I remember you having hair that long?
Oh,
No,
your hair's beautiful.
this is when the transformation began. It was like, what the hell happened? So, and I have to tell you the horrible story. I have no idea who this girl is. I thought she was super cute, and I asked her to the prom, and I pissed off a whole bunch of girls at our school, and I took her. And anyway, the rest is history. I'm gay. It doesn't matter. Right, so from high school,
That's great.
I went to King's Dominion.
Yeah.
Well, we went. Susie and I went. Alan and I came to see you. Remember?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the beauty of this evening is that you guys have seen me do most of this. So this is a song called Cross Country, and I thought my life had been transformed and I'd been moved to the big time. And this was on the country stage. And then I moved to the main stage at King's Dominion. I did a show called Surf's Up. And, look at that.
Wow.
That little geeky guy in the middle of the chorus changed a little bit,
Look at that.
right?
Look at that six pack. Wow.
Look at that.
Well, it's more a 3 or 4 pack, but it's good enough. And then after this, my life in the theme park went on to Disney, and I had this beautiful opportunity to go to Tokyo Disneyland, and I got a little bit more strength as a performer. Here's a picture I love of me as a dancer. I wish I still had the extension this picture shows. Come on, Drew.
Come on, Drew. Whoa!
Boom.
Wait a minute. Is that you, Keith?
Yes. Oh, how rude. Yes, it's me.
Wait a minute. Your hair looks black. Were you wearing a wig?
No, my hair was darker than it.
Oh, it's darker.
I was,
Wearing that white hat, so it makes his hair look darker. But
and I was probably sweaty. You know how sweaty I am.
That's gorgeous. What was the number that you were doing?
This was Swanee from, I was a Kid of the Kingdom. So basically, Kids of the Kingdom walk through all the aspects of the park. This was an amazing growing experience for me, just being abroad in Tokyo for almost a full year.
Oh, that's a great picture.
Isn't
Great.
that fun? And from here, I went out on the cruise ships, and I put this picture in because I'm not performing, but what's really interesting is here at Summerfest, which is the predecessor to Red Mountain Theater Company, Jim Neighbors actually
That's
came.
Jim Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually came and performed here. And who knew, like back, I'm there in the early 90s, late 80s. Now, this would be about 87. And I met Jim Neighbors. Little did I know, at the same time, he was doing things here in Birmingham, Alabama. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So then I went to New York, and so many things changed. Oh my God. This is me in a great off-Broadway show called Whoop-De-Doo. And there's so many things I love about it because my dear, beautiful friend, God rest his soul, Howard Crabtree, was the costume designer. But I think the thing I love most is that our arms are framing an Army Navy store.
Yes, I see that. That's a great picture. Look at those legs. Woo-hoo.
Oh, Lord. Zipping along. These are shows that then I went on to Radio City, did the Rockette Christmas Spectacular. And then from there, it seems I have a pen chance to be a lady. So look at those gams.
Weren't you in Lacage?
Yeah, so this is the National Tour of
Susie?
Lacage.
I
Yeah.
saw him in Lacage. I did see you in Lacage, Keith.
Yeah, you both, I think, saw it. This was at Ford's Theater when I came.
Yes, Ford's Theater. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Next,
Yeah.
this is a little bit more close up. This one, people are
Yes.
like, oh, dear. Ooh.
Gorgeous.
I look like my Aunt Helen.
Do you?
No, I don't. Anyway.
Great.
All right, keep going. I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Let's go. All right. There's Olga. And her
Oh, there I am in Allen.
Yeah.
And
Ian, my former partner, Ian.
Ian. Yeah.
And one of my best music voice teachers, Brad, who I adored, Brad Garside. And this is probably after you saw Lacage, I think.
Yeah, because I remember, I was telling you, Susie, that we saw Lacage, but I thought it was at the National, but it was at Ford's Theater. So I was mistaken on that.
Yeah, it could be either.
It's
So
whatever.
after Lacage, I got to go out on the road in a couple of other shows. I did Joseph and the Amazing Colored.
Remember that?
I saw that.
This was me
Yeah.
playing the Pharaoh. This
Uh-huh.
is
Oh, yeah.
ooh,
With Weber.
this is
Andrew
Andrew
Lloyd
Lloyd Webber, and I had to put Andrew in because if it weren't for Joseph, I wouldn't have been able to have lived my life. I think I did about 25 productions of Joseph. For some reason, it was the show for me. So thank you, Andrew.
Wow.
And finally, oh, there he is. I went back to New York and I did this amazing show called When Pigs Fly. This crazy character. This was Carol Ann Knipple. Carol Ann ran a dinner theater in Milwaukee and she just thought she should star in everything. This is me and anything goes.
Wow.
It was super fun. What's next? I think we're almost done. Boom, we are done.
Here we are, QC.
Isn't it fun that I found these pictures of us all together?
Yes.
So this is us.
Yes.
That's probably Baltimore.
Yeah, I think so. So someone just said a second ago, can we ask questions of your teachers, your past teachers? You can ask questions of anybody and everything right now. The floor is open. So pummel these ladies. Uh-oh, here you go. Can you read them, you guys? Exactly, Neil.
Yeah. See, Drew, who thought we were going to be really old. What was Keith's work ethic like when he was your student? Has he always been driven? Oh, always. From my point of view, yes. Yes, I don't think you were on when I was talking about, he was in chorus. I was his choral director, and he would always come in, get his music. He was so perfectly ready to go, on the edge of his seat, waiting for my words of wisdom. Everybody else is, oh, do we have to do that song? And Keith is just like, right there. So he's always very focused, very attentive. And I think Susie might have had the same experience.
Oh, yeah. Keith was always very positive, and he never came into class without being just excited about what was happening. He was kind of a cheerleader in there. Everybody would, if somebody was down, he was trying to perk them up. He was a born enthusiast for all things of the arts, always.
Yes, yeah. And great. He was just,
and a joy to have in class, I might say. And
Well,
even wearing a little ring that he gave me when I was his teacher.
Oh, Susie,
well,
that's
Susie,
amazing.
I never got a ring.
Oh, there's still time, Olga. There's still time. Susie, that's awesome.
Aw.
So here's the thing that I love through your eyes, because through my eyes, I was really horribly abused and ostracized, and I didn't understand my place in the world. And yet when I walked through the doors of your inner sanctums, I felt loved, appreciated, seen. And so I was able to have that some sort of a light begin to be cultivated, and it was only cultivated by the two of you. So
Yeah.
you were a lifeline.
No,
So-
I know. I sensed that there was, as the teachers, we sensed that. I sensed, there were things, and I just always loved you. I thought you were just like, I just always had this strong connection. I did. I did, and I know that Susie did too. We just loved you, and you were just. We knew that you'd been having whatever issues, but you were, like Susie said, you were always so positive and always just so focused.
I would say you would sense if other people were having a bad day, and you would always be there to, have a kind word. And I noticed that about you so much. You were always there to help somebody else who was maybe not having a great day or having trouble with something they were doing with the music or what have you. And you're just very enthusiastic.
Well,
Very
and
Thank
positive and all these things. What made Keith unique, I think we've mentioned that, and we keep mentioning, right, Susie, the same thing. So focused and positive and eager to, he was eager to learn. Like you said, when you walk in the room, you felt that's where you belonged. And so you were just open to anything and willing
well,
to.
and I also remember when we would be working on choreography for swing singers, because we always had to work early in the morning. We would work before school, and I always got the sense that you came in and you were ready to roll, and you were all full of fun. I mean, you focused, you didn't cut up and mess up your steps, but you were always a lot of fun, and you were ready to roll, and you were ready to just enjoy whatever it was that was coming your way.
Right.
You were fun to work with because of that. I mean, like we were excited to do things with all of you guys in that group, because that group was, that was before school started. I mean, people hadn't even had their Cheerios in the morning, and they're walking in there trying to learn how to do, some routines. And everybody was there, and they were there on time, and they were ready and focused.
Yeah.
And it was a great opportunity.
You worked us hard. All right. Eric is saying, what was my first school performance with you two?
God, well, we performed we had a Christmas show, and then we had a spring show, right?
Yeah.
You and I used to do shows together, and he was in the guitar ensemble. So because I'm also a choral director, but I came in as a guitar teacher. She called me up and said, "Get your butt over here. There's a halftime position." I had been student teaching, and so that's how I got that job. So
I got her in there. I wanted her.
And we're still friends all these 40 years
Yeah.
later.
And then she took over my position when I left.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, we did the shows together.
Yes.
And as highly strung as Olga is, and you know how highly strung she is, I'm kind of a little bit more on the calm side. So the two of us were really a good combination. So she invited me in to let my guitar kids perform on her shows. So we were a real team. And then when we started doing the middle school musicals together, and Dale Rumberger came to us and said, you know, would we please do this? And then we started doing that. And then Bob talked me into directing The Sound of Music, and then I was off to the races.
Oh, then you were off to the races.
And see, all of that happened after I left, because what I want folks to know is, when I was in school, I never did a proper book musical the whole
No,
time.
you did not. You did not.
I did these great shows that you all created. And I remember just crying my eyes out when it was, I think it was called Spring Explosion or something, was the last show I did as a senior. And, you know, it's just, you had a real knack for making us feel special. And I'm a toughie, but I do hope that I'm also kind of loving as I teach. And I hope I've become both the good and the bad of so many of the great people that I've spent my life with, like the two of you.
I'm sure.
You have to be tough about some things. And I can
Right.
remember after Olga left, because she was always a little bit more strict about things. And I can remember Ed Penny saying to me, well, why are you acting like Olga? And I said, because something has to.
Yeah, I remember you did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gone. Get rid of her.
I would learn as I went, and I would pick up. I mean, she and I used to go up to show choir camp and choreography camp and study with John Jacobson and Sally Albrecht and Stevie Rivers. And so we'd go from session to session to session, and I learned so much.
Yeah.
You know, doing that in the summer, and we just had so many great experiences and learning from some really special people.
I don't know if you remember this, but Stevie choreographed Surf's Up when I did King's Dominion.
I think, yes.
That small world.
Yes. It's such a...
She was a tough cookie. She was
She was, and so beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw you, Anna Grace. I miss you, and I hope you guys are doing okay in LA. And hi, Jenny. Thank you for pumping me up. She's my yoga teacher trainer, and she's kicking my ass. So she's a former student of mine, and now she's my teacher, and I'm sure she loves abusing me with her beautiful work.
Yeah.
You know, I do love, there's something that can happen when I shift. I can have one look in my eye and then I shift, and it is very Olga, right? That Latina blood in you, like you can be bubbly and fun, and then all of a sudden, it changes. So, all right, Neil's hitting us here. We often talk about the ways in which teachers have affected us while students. Could you speak to the impact that attentive and eager bright light students, I refer to them as sponges, have on your trajectory as a teacher?
Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
wow.
It just makes you more excited. I mean,
Exactly.
I think one of the reasons I love teaching middle school so much was because, you know, you'd walk into the room and it would be like, they'd be so excited. It was just like, what are you doing today? What are you doing today? And they would be just excited. I mean, and luckily working in a school that was 7 through 12, you got to watch that change.
Absolutely.
And and see how that worked. And so for me, working in musical theater, I got to really literally work with these kids for 6 years. When they graduated, I was always in a puddle. So I mean, to watch them change and to watch them turn into amazing performers. I mean,
performance and human beings. Yeah. I mean, and it makes us as teachers better as well. You know, I mean, pulls all the things out of you.
I mean, for example, look at somebody like Charlene, who came along and was assisting us. And we need 16 bars of blah, blah, blah. Can you go out in the hallway and figure that out? She'd run out in the hall, come back, and she'd come right back in and teach the kids something. I mean, they were helping us with, the gobs of kids. I mean, I would have 200 kids in my program during the time. So
do you remember Charlene Key?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
She's amazing. She was really.
She's in Vegas.
Oh, fabulous! What I love about this tonight is that I hope that it's a demonstration of how we remain connected, and this idea that show business is really a small world of people who love the art, love the people in the art, and when those connections are made, they're deep. And knowing that you guys, you just can't know how much it meant to me when you would come and I was touring through the city, that you took time to continue to make me feel special as I became an adult. And, you know, I know
That's great. That's
Juice-
great. I mean, it's great to hear. It's great to hear.
Well, and Keith, I'm just so blown away by your accomplishments. I just think what you're doing is amazing. I think that this job that you have in Birmingham is like a dream job. I just think how fortunate that the people there have you there.
Have you.
Vision. And I am just, when I've been hearing about everything you've been doing, I've just been so proud of you and so excited. And I just want to come and see it so much.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look, here's the deal. Yeah, here's the deal. I'll send you the dates. There's going to be a opening weekend of incredible celebrations in May of 21. And as God is my witness, we're going to be through this horrible pandemic, and we will be there. You guys are coming. I'm going to fly you in, and we're going to have a fabulous weekend opening this beautiful new arts campus. Deal?
Deal. But Keith, I have to say something. One little story, and I told Susie.
Okay.
That something that you said to me that you meant as a compliment. I know you did. We were. I'm going to assume you did. We were meeting very early in the morning to go.
Oh my God!
Kind of performance. You probably don't remember. And you know, I always was pretty dressed up. I always was, you know, none of this jeans and t-shirt for Olga Morales.
Oh boy, you were.
She always looked like she walked out of Vogue. They'd always tease me coming into the class.
Except Friday when you wore the
Friday when I wore the jeans with the silk blouse and the heels.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, I was dressed and as I recall, it was a blue dress. And we were all meeting, I think around 7:00. We were going somewhere. And, you know, we're loading the kids up in that lobby area, you know, right as you come out of the music department to the left there. And you came up to me and you said, "Oh, how can someone so old look so good this early in the morning?" That's exactly what you said. And I looked at you and I said, "Keith," and you said, "You know what I meant? You just look so beautiful and it's so early." And the more you said, the worse it got. I'll never, ever forget that, because it was a compliment, but you know, you just kind of did it.
I can tell you that I still have the same grace. I often walk into things backwards. Lord have mercy.
I'll never forget that. That was beautiful and priceless.
I have to tell you though, I mean, I love the staff that I get to be partnered with right now. And when I said, you know, maybe I could get my music teachers, and they were like, "Oh God, how old are they?"
Did they really? Did they really? Well,
Yeah.
I hope they check us out. And
Well, look at you now, hotties.
I mean, look at us now, babe.
Hey, something's wrong. We all look the same age, which means I'm the only one who's gotten older.
No.
Well, when you took us backstage, I guess it was to I guess it was Lacage, and you were saying, "These are my teachers," and they were all saying they're too young to be your teachers.
Yes, you are, and you're still young. Look at the vitality that comes off of both of you. That's
staying in show business.
Amen.
Yes.
All right. We got to wrap this thing up, and I love always leave them wanting more. I love you both so much, and
Love you so much. Thank you. Keep in touch.
Thanks for all that you did to help push me forward and help me find my confidence. And I couldn't be doing what I'm doing here if it weren't for both of you.
And congratulations
We love you.
on tremendous success.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's just awesome, and we look forward to seeing you.
Hi, Susan Andrews. I got to see Audrey while she's home too. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye. Mwah. Bye. Bye, Q.
Hi, Augie.
Bye.